Gloria, how are you?
Hi, Lindsay. I'm good. How are you?
Good, welcome back.
Thank you.
So I just wanted to remind you of a couple of things. I want to touch on confidentiality.
Okay.
So everything you say here is confidential.
Okay.
Unless you're planning on harming yourself or someone else, then I would have to report something like that. So I just
Okay.
want you to keep that in mind.
Okay.
Do you
That's fine.
understand that?
Yeah, I get it.
So how are you?
I'm good.
What brings you in today?
Well, I'm here today because I just want us to pick up from where we left off the last time. Remember I told you about my issues with my stepmom.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just wanted to I felt like I just wanted to give you an update
Yeah.
about what
I would love to
happened,
hear that.
when I went home. So remember the last time you told me you gave me a suggestion about bringing, talking to my mom about as both of us going to therapy together. Well, I decided to bring it up to her. I did. I know. I did. I know. What kind of what came into me, but I just was like, you know what, just do it. So I did that, but it didn't go so well.
No.
No. She was first of all, of course, she was opposed to the idea. She was like, oh hell no, I'm not going to no therapy. There's nothing wrong with me. As I said to you the last time. So it's like it made me feel like my effort that I put in was nothing because I'm like I wanted to fix this, but it's like I'm telling her let's go to therapy and she feel like she doesn't need it. So as I said, I brought it one time, so she was like totally against it, and I was like, so I gave it a couple days, because I'm like, let me just let her cool off, then maybe I'll ask again. So then a week later came, and I was like, you know what, let me just ask because she was in a good mood. So I'm like, you know what, I'll just ask. This is the best time for me to ask her for any favor or anything like that.
Yeah.
So then I asked her again. Then she's like, so she was not as opposing as she was like the last time that I asked
Mhm.
her, but she was like, you know what? Since you keep bothering me with this, I'll go. So I was like, I was surprised. I'm not gonna lie, I was really surprised. Like, wow, she really is gonna do this with me. I
Yeah.
was like surprised because I thought she was gonna say no again. Because I felt like if she would have said no this time around, I would have been like, that's it. I'm not reaching out again. So when she said yes, I was really, really surprised. I'm like, wow, she is gonna do this. So I was like, you know what? You don't have to do anything. I'll be the one. I'll set it up. I'll pay for this. You don't have to pay for this. It's not gonna come out from your pocket. I'll pay for the session because I
Yeah.
want you to be there.
Yeah.
So then, I called a counselor, that I've also worked in the past with. I was like, you know what? So I called the counselor. I was like, hey, I would like to have a session with my mom together. Can you take us? Then she was like, sure. So she made time for me and my mom. We went to this counseling session. It was a fail.
Yeah.
It was terrible. So it's like, as I said, my how do I say this? Like I'm trying to resolve this. I'm trying to make sure this issue that I've had or this event that I had against it like for a while. I want that thing to go because I'm trying to fix this relationship. And we go to this counseling session and I'm telling her I'm expressing to her how I feel about
Yeah.
about this whole past years, how I felt about me not being able to talk to my dad for like 4 years and
Yeah.
had treating us in the house, even though it's just us and it's like my dad wasn't there and it's like I just letting her know like how I really feel about everything, about not just everything.
Yeah.
And to me I felt that she was gonna be like, oh, I'm so sorry, for her to apologize to me, saying like, oh, maybe I'm sorry that you felt this way. And I feel like it made me regret it because she did not even blink. She was like, okay. So to me I'm
Wow.
like, huh? Like what? You don't feel like I'm expressing to you how I really feel about everything, and
Yeah.
you're not even letting me know, that you understand how I feel. She just shut down. She's like, okay. I'm like, so it's like, I just feel like that was not the result I wanted it to come
Yeah.
from the counseling thing. So it's like, it was just terrible. And it's been 2 days now since we went to that counseling session, and I've not talked to her because it's like I feel like she still doesn't understand where I'm coming from. You know what I'm trying to say? Because I feel like she still feels like I'm coming at her, and I'm like, I'm not coming at you. I'm just letting you know how I feel, and I'm trying to find ways. And I feel like now I'm kind of on the verge of giving up because I'm like, what more can I do? Because I feel like everything I do for her, she doesn't appreciate it. So I'm
Mhm.
like, I tried this counseling thing, well, it didn't work for the first time, which I feel like people would be like, yeah, give it time. Maybe when you go to the next counseling session, it might work. But
Yeah.
I'm like, what's the point? Because I feel like now I'm seeing her true colors. I'm like, if it didn't work the first time, how is it gonna work the next time?
Yeah.
So yeah, I just want to give you an update about that. And yeah, like school too is like stressful as always.
Yeah.
I told you like I'm working at the same time, working full time, going to school, so it's just been a lot. Balancing those two,
Hmm.
and yeah, so that's what I've been up to since the last time I saw you. So yeah,
Okay. That was a lot of information.
yeah, I know.
So I just want to back up for a second, just so I can understand. So
Yeah.
when did you bring up the therapy? When did you go?
So after me and you met, like I brought this therapy session to her, like I think the next day
Oh,
when I
okay.
saw her at the house.
Okay.
And we did as I said, like, I had to wait for a whole week later to ask her if she wanna, like, if she still wanna go. So it didn't happen till like a week and a half later.
Okay, because she was opposed to it in the
In the
beginning.
beginning, yes.
Okay. And so then you went to therapy this past week.
Yeah,
Okay, and it didn't go well.
it didn't.
No.
I wish I had some good news for you, but it didn't. It was terrible. I felt like it was a waste of time for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how did that negative experience, how did that all make you feel?
That's what I'm saying. It made me feel like, that I need to give up on this relationship. Like, me trying to fix this. I need to just let it go because I feel like there's no point because I'm always putting, as I said, she doesn't put no effort in. Like, she would just love for us, so not talking the house. So I'm like, I'm the one who's always like, approaching her, like, oh, like saying good morning and asking her how she's doing and all of that. And I'm like, she has never even asked me like, oh, how's class? Like, how has classes been going, for you? How's work? She has never, not in a day, asked me how, like, how my classes have been going. So it's like, I feel like I'm always the one that's reaching out. So I'm like, why can't like, at least you reach out to me too? Like, ask me how I'm feeling or how I'm doing.
Yeah.
Or she has never done that. So it's like, I feel like, yeah, just the thought about that makes me feel like, what's the point of me putting this effort in? Like,
Yeah.
I just feel like it just made me, it gave me the confidence to just let it go and just give up.
Yeah.
That's what
So
I
on
feel.
one hand you want to fix it, but on the
Mhm.
other hand you kind of feel like you're done and you want to give up on it.
Yeah. Yes.
So how would it make you feel living in the house if you didn't communicate at all? Like if you didn't speak at all?
I just like I don't like that. Like it has an impact on me. I don't
Yeah.
like that. I want to fix that, but I just feel like I always say to myself that what's the point of me fixing it? Like trying to fix it, not fixed, but trying to fix it when she's not putting in nothing. Like it's always coming from me. As I said, like if I don't say good morning to her, she will never say good morning to me. She will see me and she will walk by past me. Like she will not even ask me how I'm doing. So I have to be the one to be like, oh, hi mom, like how are you? Like how is your day going? If I don't ask her that, even I will ask her, she will answer me, right? But she will not even ask me, be like, oh, how about you? Like how's your day going? Like how are you doing today? She would just say her like her piece, she'd be like, oh yeah, I'm fine, and just cut it and just walk straight and go by her business. I'm like, at least you could have asked me like how I'm feeling, because
Mhm.
most of the time I'm not feeling that good, but at least I want someone to hear me out and be like, oh, like what's going on with you? Why are you stressed? Or like,
Yeah.
but I feel like I don't get that love from her whenever like, so it's like, it got to a point where I stopped asking her like, oh, how are you? Or like, what's going on? Because I'm like, I'm not getting the same energy back. So why should
Yeah.
I put it out? Like,
Yeah.
so yeah, it's just crazy.
It's disheartening.
So yeah, it's like, just like I'm trying to take it a day at a time, but I just feel like I don't want to give up, but at the same time, like I just want to. Like
Yeah.
now, I'm like I just want to throw in the towel. Like I'm done.
Have you thought of, I know last session we came up with therapy, but
Hmm.
before you give up, have you thought of anything else? Is there anything else that you think you could do to fix this relationship?
Like I don't know. That's like as I said, like I thought like therapy would have worked it, like fixed it, but now I know it didn't work. Like at least for the first try, like the first time it didn't work. So it's like now I'm like, what else can I do with this lady? I'm reaching out to her. She doesn't reach out back to me. So I don't know. Like it's like I feel like I'm out of ideas, like of what to do to make this thing work with me and her. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's like yeah, I've thought about stuff to do to make her maybe thinking about maybe taking a trip or something like that. But I
Yeah.
just feel like it's just gonna be an awkward trip because I said we don't talk. So I'm like, what's the point of us going on a trip? Like maybe a mom daughter trip when like bonding trip when we don't even bond. So I feel like that's a useless thought. Like you know what I'm trying to say. I don't know what else to think about, because I
Yeah.
thought like therapy would have helped like tremendously, but it actually didn't. So it's like I don't
Yeah.
know. I haven't really thought about like more about it, to be honest.
So what about something maybe smaller scale than doing a trip, but doing like a dinner or a lunch or something like that? Have you ever considered that?
No, I've never thought about that because I'm like we living in a house, so it's like she she makes her own food. I cook my own food, so I just feel like I've never thought about that. And plus, as I said, it's gonna be weird because it's
Yeah.
like what are we gonna talk about on this lunch date then? What are we gonna say? Like, Ma, I miss you. Like, what am I gonna say to her? So it's like I just feel like everything. I feel like apart from therapy, everything I try to do with her is gonna be weird because like I don't have that relationship with her. So I feel like it's just gonna be awkward, and I don't want to be sitting in a dinner setting with someone like with a lady like my stepmom. Whereas I think like, what are we talking about? And it's like it's awkward, silent, like then everyone's gonna be like, what the hell? Like we're not even talking, and we just eating. Like I don't want people to have eyes on us, like saying like, what is going on? Why are they not talking? Like so it's like I just feel like it's gonna be weird, and I don't want to embarrass me and her in public. So it's like I don't think that would be a good idea.
Yeah.
No. Mm-mm.
Can you think of any other ideas?
Um, and let's see. And I think I need some time to think about that
Yeah.
because I feel like my first thought was therapy,
Yeah.
and it's like I kind of relied that therapy would have helped. Like so
Yeah.
I start thinking about other stuff because I'm like, once we get to this therapy thing, everything's gonna work out.
Mhm.
'Cause I'm like, I thought she was actually gonna like hear me and see how I feel, like
Yeah.
in regards to her, like everything that she's done, like my relationship with my dad and all that, like because I wanted to use that moment to like express her how I really felt this whole years, like this past whole years, like in school when I was in college, like high school and all of that, because I feel like she has never heard me tell her like how I actually felt, like
Yeah.
because her not checking up on me when I was in school, not even for once. Like if I
Yeah.
don't call her at home, she would never call me. And I remember like when I went to for school, she never gave me like not even a dime to buy food. So it's like every time I think about it, it's like I wish I could let her know that it hurt me because like I had friends that like their parents were sending them money like every week, like allowance and all of that. And I'm like I was sitting at school like damn, why is that? Why am I not getting nothing? You know what I'm trying to say?
Mhm.
And I got like jealous of other people's because I'm like, yo, their parents, even their parents were not rich. Like I'm gonna be honest with you, they weren't rich, but at least they wanted to make sure that their kids was, good. Like cause as I said, like my school was 8 hours away from home, so they wanted to make sure their kids was good, like with food or like with like whatever they wanted. So it's like I wish that I would have had that with her, like at least send me a care package or something, like just something for me to be like, oh, my mom thought about me. And I wish like it's like it was just like heartbreaking to see like my other like friends getting care packages from their friends, their church members, like their family, and I'm just sitting here like, damn, no one cares about me. Like, why am I not getting no care packages? So it's like it was just sad, like and it made me feel like, damn, like my life is not worth it. Like why am I not getting this kind of love? Like compared to like my other roommates and all of that. So it's like yeah, like I just wish I would have she would have given me the opportunity to express to her how I felt during those times.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it's like as I said, like I really thought therapy was gonna fix everything, even though I knew it wasn't gonna fix like the first session.
Yeah.
I knew it was gonna be like couple sessions, but I feel like she just shut me out. Like she didn't really let me express to her like how I felt
Yeah.
when we went on our first session. And now I'm like, how is this gonna work then? If you
Yeah.
couldn't, you didn't even want to hear me out.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, that's definitely frustrating. Have you thought? Are you going to give it another try? Maybe one more shot, or have you not even
As I said,
considered
like
that?
it's like I want to fix this.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, at the back of my mind, I'm like, Gloria, you keep putting on this effort and she's not appreciating you. Like, and it's like, I'm like, yeah, I want to do this another therapy session, but I feel like, what's the point?
Yeah.
I feel like we're going to end up to the same result that I got from the first session. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's like, now I'm mad, like, because I'm like, I wasted my money. That was not your money. That was my money. And I felt like I was going to get something out of it. And I didn't get nothing. So I'm like, I paid all this money for what? And
Yeah.
if we decide to go do another session, it's gonna be coming out from my pocket too, because she doesn't want to contribute for nothing. You know what I'm trying to say? Because she's saying like, oh, you're the one that wants us to go to therapy, so I'm not paying. You suggested that, so you're gonna be paying. You're gonna be taking care of the bill. So I'm like, oh damn. So it's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like I feel like I don't know. It's like I feel like I want to do it, but I'm like, what's the point? What's the point of me doing it?
Yeah.
Because it's just not. I feel like I'm not gonna use nothing from it.
So you feel like it's pointless because you've tried many things and it's not working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I feel right now because I feel like I've tried so many times. You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah, it's not just one time or two times. It's been so many times. I feel
Yeah.
like I've tried to make this relationship with her work, but it's just not working. I'm like, how long am I supposed to try? Like, is it supposed to be like another 5 years or what? Like, so it's like I'm like I feel like I'm just on the verge that I just want to give up. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to give up because I feel bad because I'm like that's my stepmom. But at the same time, like, Gloria, why are you holding on to this? Like, she's not doing nothing for you. Why do you want to save this relationship so bad when she hasn't done nothing for you? It's like I always have these conversations in my mind. Like, it's like one side of my brain is like, yes, keep it, give it, give it another shot. On the other side, it's sound like, no, why are you trying? Like, stop wasting your time. Like,
Yeah.
move forward. Like, move on. Like, let her do whatever she want to do. But then it's like, and it's like I'm stuck
Yeah.
in between. Like, should I give her another shot or should I just let it go?
Yeah. On one hand, you want to move past this and you want to
Yeah.
get over it, and on the other
Hmm.
hand, you're still holding on to the relationship you might be able to have.
Exactly.
It's tough.
It is.
Well, for next week, maybe you can just brainstorm just some other ideas
Mm-hmm.
that of something else that you can possibly do,
Yeah, I'll
and
think about it. I'll see.
just think if there's anything else you think that you can contribute or do to fix the relationship.
Yeah, I'll try and see. Yeah.
So there is a couple questions I have. So where is your real mom?
So my role mom is in Ghana.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how is your relationship with your real mom?
Oh, amazing.
Okay.
Like I love it. Like that. Like the only thing is like that's not perfect is that she's not here. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And I remember like when I first got here, she was really close with my stepmom too. When they got even though yeah my dad got married to this lady, they didn't have no bad blood. Like like my stepmom was like oh
Your stepmom and your
yeah,
mom.
my stepmom, my mom, they have no bad blood. So it's like, cause the breakup between my dad and my real mom wasn't nasty. So it's like they just
Okay.
broke up like amicably. So it wasn't like nothing bad. So my stepmom and my real mom used to be close, like So she and I remember like I don't know, to be honest, I don't know what happened between my stepmom and my dad, like for her to react the way she reacts towards us now. I don't know what happened. But after them having their issues, she's like she started calling my real mom in Ghana, complaining about oh your kids did this, they're so rude now, they don't respect people, so it's like then my real mom in Ghana started to believe her,
Oh, okay.
over us. So during that period of time, it kind of brought like a how do I say this like a distance between us because I'm like,
Yes.
you're supposed to be you're my role mom. You're supposed to stick up for me. Why are you listening to someone who is telling you like, oh, your kid did this and did that, and you would believe in her? And I'm telling you like, that's not what happened. So it's like, I stopped talking to my mom for like a couple of months because I'm like, I don't want to hear this because it's like, clearly you're listening to her because she's telling you like, oh yeah, your kids are like now bad. They're not, they now seeing like having boyfriends and all of that. So it's like every time that my mom will call me, it was a complaint from my stepmom. So it got to a point where she'll call me, I would never pick up because I'm like, I don't want to hear this anymore. Like I've heard this multiple times. I don't want to hear it. So it did bring a distance between us. But now we worked through it and now we're good. We're back to square one now. So
Okay. So, if I remember correctly from the last session, you had a little bit of resentment towards your stepmom because of your dad, correct?
hmm
It sounds like you also have a little bit of resentment towards your stepmom because of what went on with your mom. Is that correct if I say that?
wait, it was done towards my stepmom because
Towards your stepmom because you and your mom didn't speak for a while also.
yeah, because it's like I feel like she was the problem. She started talking, saying stuff to my real mom in Ghana, saying like, "Oh, your kids are doing this now. They're not respecting. Like, they're just like being disrespectful to me. Like saying all these kind of bad stuff against me and my other siblings." So it's like when she said that she did ruin the relationship between me and my mom at that time, as I said, so I'm like, what? Like, what? This what you're gonna say now? Like, that we don't respect you and we're doing stuff behind your back and all of that. So it's like yes, I hated her for that because I'm like, I wish like I just said like it's time. I can never take those back. Like I can never go back to those times because it's like I said there were like months that I went off like on without talking to my mom because I'm like I knew my mom was calling me, was reaching out to me, but even though that's why I didn't know why she was calling me, but in my mind I thought like I assumed that she was calling because she had a problem. Like she was calling to complain that I just got a complaint from your stepmom saying that you guys are not doing this, you guys are not doing like chores or like So every time I see her phone, like her phone number on my phone, like on my screen, I'm like I'm not picking up because I know it was gonna be another complaint.
Yeah.
So it's like yeah, so it's of course I'm like you First of all, you brought like a distance between me and my dad, and then you tried again to get it like to get between me and my mom.
Yeah.
So of course I hated her for those stuff because I'm like, what the hell? Like, what do you want? Like, you don't want me to have a relationship with none of them now? Like, so yeah, but it's like now me and my mom we good now, so it's like I just let that thing go.
So it seems like this has been going on for a while.
Oh yeah, it's been almost 10 years now.
10 years of this
Yeah.
bad blood between the relationship.
Yes, between her and like I said, it was beautiful in the beginning when we all came here in 2010. It was amazing. Like it's like I'm like, oh my gosh, this is America. Like I've been seeing all this stuff on TV, and I'm finding it up like on the map, like on the land. So it's like I'm like, oh, America is beautiful. So it's like, of course, when you come for the first time, she was treating us so nice. Like she was making us dinner every time, like taking us out. The first year, it was beautiful. There was no fights, nothing. I just feel like no, after the first year ended, that's when everything switched.
And she was with your dad
Yes.
when things were good.
Yes.
So things changed when her and your dad broke up,
Mm-hmm.
you would say?
Yes. Mm-hmm. I feel like I don't know what happened between them two, and I've asked my dad like, "Yo, what did you do to her? Excuse me, for her to react like this?" And my dad was like, "He didn't do nothing. Like they just felt like it wasn't working, so they decided to go on, their separate ways." So I'm like, "Are you sure?" And I used to even doubt my dad. I'm like, "Did you cheat on her? Or, like, because I don't think like she can hate us for this long if you didn't do something crazy to her. You know what I'm trying to say?" And my dad was like, no, I didn't cheat on her. Like, it's just like I felt like we fell out of love and I just, we decided to go on our separate ways. And I'm like, no, this is more than like, it's like it made me think like my dad was a cheater. I thought like my dad cheated on her for her to like act like that crazy.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm like, no, this doesn't make no sense. So yeah, I say it was beautiful in the first year, but after the first year, everything just started going down the
So if your stepmom and you have this tumultuous relationship,
hill.
why do you want to fix things?
I just like it's like my belief. As I said, I'm a Christian, and I feel like I don't want God to come and it's like because everything we do on this earth, we're gonna get it like an accounted for. So it's like I don't want that to be a hindrance for me to go into heaven because God will be like, you could have fixed this. Why did you like close your eyes like So it's like I'm trying to live peace with everyone. So I feel like that's the only peace that I feel like I've not settled. So that's why I want to fix it. I don't want like in the end when God comes like I don't want to miss heaven because of that so I feel like that's why it's so important to me like I want to be able to be at peace with everyone. Yeah, so it's part of my my faith like as being a Christian. That's why I want to make sure everything is good with everyone like not I make sure like I don't want to be in fights with anyone and like that. So yeah, so I must say that's the main reason why I want to fix this
Yeah.
because I don't want to be like held accountable for for God to be like you could have fixed it. You have so many chance to fix it, but you just decided to not do it.
It
So
sounds like you are trying though.
I am, but that's the thing though. But I don't know. To me, as the thing, I don't know God's mind. I don't want God to be like, "Did you try enough?" Like you know what I'm trying to say. So it's like I feel like I just want to take every step, like every chance that I have, I want to take it. But then I'm like, what's the point? So I just feel like no, I'm gonna keep trying, but I'm like, I'm like, I just don't know. I'm like, oh, what else can we do? We did counseling between me and her with my pastors and all of that. So, and like that, like, when we did that, it was kind of like an intervention between us for us. Like, and I remember when that happened, and what the funny thing is, like, she was the one that went to tell our pastor that, oh, we're doing this, we don't respect her and all that, we don't talk to her in the house. So my pastor and the other church members, like, they brought all of us in, and we had like a sit down to talk and all of that, and that didn't even help, in the beginning, after the session was over and we all went home, she went back to her old ways. But when it was in the the pastors and everyone's in their presence, she acted so holy, like, oh, I changed, so I'm like, that was a lie. You just put on a mask, making them feel like, oh, you're the best stepmom ever. But then we go back home and it's like you have a whole different like demeanor. Like I'm like, what the I'm like, what the hell? So it's like it was just I was like, see, I feel like I've just been through with her so many times that I don't even know what else to
Yeah.
do.
So you share the same faith.
Hmm.
And had you communicated what happened when you went back home and how her demeanor changed to your pastors?
I think I've not, but I feel like they pick on it. That's just like mom, even though they see how weird it is, like when we all go to church and all of that, so they picked on that, and it's like they'll
Okay.
ask me like, oh, is everything okay? And sometimes I lie to them like, yeah, it is, but then deep down me, I know it's not. But I just don't want to worry them, like
How does that make you feel?
like a liar. Like I feel like, damn, why you like to a whole pastor? But I just don't want to, because I don't want them to be in our business. You know what I'm trying to say?
Hmm.
But at the same time, I'm like, I just have to lie just so that they'll stay out of my business because I don't want them because they're gonna then follow up every week, be like, has everything changed? And I don't want them to ask me questions every week. And I'm like, I don't want that because it's gonna be that if I was like, oh no, it's not, everything is like still the same because they're gonna follow up every week and be like what did you do or what are you doing? Like, and I feel like I just don't want to be in that space every week that I go to church. Just having that thought that, oh, it's going to be a question for my pastor. Like, so yeah.
So you feel like a liar, but you also don't want to deal with the repercussions of telling them the truth.
Yeah. And so it's like, and it's like, I don't want them to see her as a bad person because if, especially like, they be like, wow, she's a Christian and that's why she's acting. Like, so I don't want them to see her in a different light. But at the same time, like, they have to see her as that, that's how she acts when she's at home. But sometimes I feel like sometimes they don't believe me because they're like, oh, she's the elder, like she's an elderly person, so it's like she has like everything that she says is true. Sometimes they take her words over mine. So it's like I feel like what's the point of me telling you my truth if you're not even gonna believe me? Because I've seen there's been cases where it's like they'll take her side, and I'm like, are you kidding me? Because she's older than me, you're gonna take her side and not believe even at least believe what I'm saying, but they just like, oh yeah, she's the oldest, like she knows what she's talking about.
Hmm.
You might be lying, like so that it'd be like what, like why would I lie about this? You guys gonna say so it's like I feel like because I don't want to get that feedback from them, I just be like yeah, everything is fine because I just want to leave it like that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So what about your sister in all of this?
Oh, my sister, she feels the same way like I feel. We both on the same boat. Yeah.
So have you thought about communicating it to your pastors with your sister? Because then it wouldn't just be one of you, it would be both of you.
But remember I told you when we had the intervention, it was all of us. It was me, my
Hmm.
sister, and my stepmom. So it was all of
Okay.
us in the room. So they heard about all of us, our story, but I said they just was like, oh, it's gonna change. Just give it time. So it's like I said, like my sister and I, we basically have the same, like we share the same thing. Like she gets like how frustrated I am. She's also frustrated too because of everything. Because my stepmom doesn't just do that to me. She does that to her too. So it's like she has the same feelings like I'm feeling
Yeah.
right now. So if you ask her right now, she's gonna tell you the exact same thing I'm telling you right now.
Hmm.
So yeah,
So have you thought about removing yourself from the situation?
like living out, like moving out from the house. I've thought about it. I'm not gonna lie, I've thought about it. But as I said, like I feel that because as I said, like I'm still in like I'm working and I'm in school. Like I feel like I'm not financially stable yet to leave the house. And like another reason why like I'm still in the house is because I'm trying to get up. I'm trying to pay like my student loans that I had from undergrad. So like I always think like me moving to maybe an apartment. New York City apartments is not cheap. It's hella
Hmm.
expensive. So I'm like instead of me using that money that I'm gonna use to pay rent, it could go towards my tuition. Like I said, my tuition, my student loans. So that's the main thing. That's the main reason why I'm being held back to stay in the house because I'm like I don't want to be wasting money paying rent when I could go towards my student loans. So it's like my thing's like I'm almost done. So that's the good thing. I'm almost done with the student loans. So it's like once I'm done with the student loans, I'll feel like satisfied that I could then move out. 'Cause I want to move out into a new environment. It's like I have all these like bills and student loans and all of that. I don't want that baggage. I want that student loans to be done. And so that when I'm moving on with my life, I don't have to think about that. So that's the main reason why I'm still living in the same house with her. I would have moved out a long time ago, but I'm trying to save money and I'm trying to pay off this loan. So
So would you prefer this stressful situation that you're in now than to moving out and having a different stressful situation with the bills
of
and
course I
things like that?
don't like. I don't want that. I don't want to live in that house. I just feel like it's like I've made this plan. That's like as I said, I'm almost done. Like I have like a year and a half left for me to be done with this student loan. So I'm
Mhm.
like, I keep telling myself, Gloria, you're almost done. You're almost there, girl. Like keep pushing. Like so it makes me like not think about what she does in the house because I'm like I have a goal. I have a plan. Like my plan is to finish paying these loans and then move out and bounce. But then at the same time, like I'm stressed living in that home because like I'm
Yeah.
going through all this stuff like with her. But I just feel like no, I just feel like you know what, it's not gonna be permanent. It's just temporarily.
Hmm.
You're gonna be in there for so as I said, I have a deadline. I'm like at least by 2 years I'll be out. Like I'll be
Yeah.
done with my loans. I'll be out and I don't have to deal with this anymore. So it's like of course, I don't want this stress, but I feel like I just gotta do it because I feel like I have a plan and I don't want to move away from that plan because until I see it fulfilled. So yeah,
So you feel stressed because of the situation,
yes,
but you have a plan
mhm,
and you're just kind of trying to get through it, sounds
yes,
like.
mhm.
Is that correct?
Yeah, yeah. As I said, like I have a plan. And I don't want to I don't want to turn my back on my plan because I feel like it's been working perfectly fine. Because I was like after I got out from undergrad, I stayed with my stepmom like full time. So it's like during this whole time I've been at home saving money, paying my loans, and because of that, I've been able to pay half of my loan. So, the perks about living home is that I get to save money and pay off this loan, but imagine I would have been in my own place or my own spot. Every money that I'm making is gonna go towards like bills and
Mm-hmm.
rent and cable and everything. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, do I really want to put myself in that predicament or do I just want to get rid of this and then start living my full life after I'm
Mm-hmm.
done? Like because by that time too, I'll be done with school with
Yeah.
my grad school. So it's like I'm not gonna have no baggage. I'm not gonna have to think about like school or anything like that. So it's like I'm gonna be then living my truth, like being by myself and enjoying life as a single lady or by that even if I'm married at that time, just enjoying life without thinking about all these like loans because
Yeah.
I hate student loans like I hate it. So it's like, I just want to get rid of it as much as possible. So yeah. hmm
So tell me more.
About what?
Anything, the relationship, your plans, school. I know you mentioned school was stressing you out.
Yeah. But I said like yes, of course school is like another stressor like it stressed me out but I'm coping with it. Like, I don't know if I talked to you about this, but like, ways that help me cope with, like, whenever I'm stressed with school is like, I either watch like a movie or a show, or I go to, what do you call it, to the movies, or I just go to the shopping mall just to walk around and like, take a stroll or anything like that. So that helps me whenever I'm stressed, like, with school. So it's like, that is fixable. I can fix that. So yeah, so far like yeah, I'm just taking it one time at the other time. So
So you mentioned the coping mechanisms that you
hmm
have for school.
yeah,
Do you have any coping mechanisms for the issues with your stepmother?
I just like I've usually whenever like we get into a fight like that, I just go to my room and listen to music or just watch Korean drama. So just to get my mind off from that argument I just had with her. So or just now that I got a car too, I just leave the house. Like go just move my just get away as far away from her because I'm like as I said she's older than me of course, but I just want to respect her. So I don't want to like stay in the house and disrespect her because that's gonna bring another problem. So it's
Yeah.
like every time that me and her gets into it, either like go to my room or I just get out from the house and just drive around town or just maybe go to the movies or something. Yeah, that's what I do.
So you use a similar coping
Mhm.
mechanisms.
Yeah.
So you have an outlet for it though when you do get super stressed out.
Yeah. 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 What else can I say?
Is there anything else that you want to let me know about? Is there anything else you're feeling or anything else that's stressing you out right now?
Well, it was just those two, like my relationship with my stepmom in school. My sister, like I'm still thinking about how I'm gonna fix this with my stepmom. I'll think about it at like other ways apart from therapy because I realized that it didn't work. So
Yeah.
that's something I need to like. I think I need to dig deep and just think about like what am I gonna do? What can I do to make this thing work? Because it's
Yeah.
like I feel like I don't want to leave this earth and not fix this, like
Yeah.
and not have a better relationship with her. Like I just like my relationship with her. I just want it to be like good. Like I want to. We don't have to be best friends. Like I know it's
Mhm.
never gonna get there. I just want to have like a better relationship with her. Like I want her to at least ask me how I'm doing, like and all of that. So I just want it to get better, like compared to like what is now.
Do you think she'll ever be receptive to this? Do you think that she'll ever?
Sometimes I wanna have hope that she will change, but then I was like at the same time I think about like what she's done in the past, and I'm like, oh, she's not changing. Not for you,
Yeah.
Gloria. Like so, it's like I don't know. That's the thing. It's like it's unknown. Like with her, you can never determine is she gonna change or is she gonna stay the same. And I feel like from what I've seen, she keeps staying the same. So it's like sometimes I feel like I have too many hope like that oh it's gonna change, but it's never. But I think I need to keep open. Maybe in the future it might change. Who knows?
So you're hopeful,
I
but you're
am, but
also
and then I'm
you
like,
know that it might not happen.
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Unfortunately, we're running out of time today. So is there anything else that you wanted to get off your chest before we ended?
No, I think that's it.
All right, so for next week, definitely come up with possibly some other solutions that you have to maybe fix this relationship.
Okay.
All right, and then thank you for coming in today. And I look
You're
forward to seeing you
welcome.
next week.
Thank you, Lindsay. Thanks for listening to me. Thanks.